after my healing is kind of like, okay, the energy is different, things are being revamped, things are being shifted, changed, transformed. I could feel the movement and the momentum shifting, changing. And from the healings, and then it was like, okay, now I feel back on track, right? Now I'm in this direction. And so things would change, right? Because I've changed and I healed and I let go of things I no longer want. But when we get into that space where things are shifting out because we're no longer there, because we've chosen it, something different by observing it and using our free will, our choice to be in alignment with source, which is love, peace, happiness, bliss, abundance, they fear the leaving of things that they've known for so long, part of their identity, their group, their clique, their memories, things like that, right? But if we hang on to that, we can't go in that direction, right? We have to let it go, right? So the universe can bring in more that is in alignment where you are now new because you've chosen something different, if that makes sense. So you have to be open and allowing, for change to happen. And that's what keeps a lot of people from wanting to heal and change and, make those choices. But free will is choice. We get the ability to choose, and that is the free will and choice to be more like source, right? It's not to have the same will, but the same will as in choosing better, right? Which is to be like source, right? So that's it. But we can use it for anything and all things. We can use it for whatever timeline we're on, whatever we want to engage in. We can use it, but even in that, if we're using it for something that we want to stay in that clique and, talk down about people and things like that, at some point, I mean, that path is only going to lead you to a certain place, and then something's going to be there that gets to a point where you're forced to redirect yourself, right? And so doing it consciously in presence, with awareness, with intention, with focused, knowing, we'll be able to make that choice without having to go down that path, right? Where we're forced to make another direction or another choice, right? Use your free will and choice. It's your power, right? That's the power that's been given to you by source and creation. So we have the ability to use that either in this way or that way, or whatever way you want to choose and make it and use it. So it's there for you. But that is choice. That's in the Healing the Karmic Overlay. I know that was a lot. Kind of wanted to share that, and then with the SAI conference still going on, so you can check that out. It'll also be on their website, their YouTube channel, so you can always go watch the replays. They do have information. You can also reach out to